I've been spending more than a month comparing and contrasting the Apple AirPods to the new Google Pixel Buds. So in this video, I'm going to take you through how the AirPods compare to the Pixel Buds, their similarities, differences, and which pair of earbuds perform better in certain situations. So let's dive in, and first, let's talk about how these pairs of earbuds are similar to each other. Both are wireless earbuds that connect through Bluetooth to various devices like your phone, tablet, computer, or even your smartwatch. The main device they're designed to pair with, though, is of course your phone, and both have a quick pair feature which quickly pairs the buds to a device, and then you see the battery status of them appear on the screen. Both the AirPods and the Pixel Buds allow you to listen to music and media with just one bud in your ear, and when you want to pause that media, you can just tap and gesture, or you can just remove the bud and that will pause your media, because both of these earbuds actually have in-ear detection. Both buds are housed in a really nice charging case that is similar in size and should be easy to slip in your pocket. Both cases also have an indicator light that will turn in amber color, letting you know that the case needs to be charged. Both cases also feature a Bluetooth connection button on the back to easily pair the buds to a new device. The battery life for them is also similar. The case holds 24 hours of charge, and the earbuds themselves hold 5 hours of charge for media playback. Both also have a quick charge feature where you can place the buds in the case for 10 to 15 minutes, and you'll get about 2 to 3 hours of listening time and around 1 hour of talk time on them. Another thing in common with both sets of earbuds is they offer a feature called hands-free assistant activation. And this is actually one of the first differences we should talk about between both sets of earbuds, and that's because they run different smart assistants. So for the Pixel Buds, the Google Assistant runs on the Pixel Buds and Siri runs on the AirPods. With them, you can do things like play your music and podcasts, read text messages and notifications, tell you the weather, and set reminders, etc. We've actually done a video on all the things you can do with the Google Assistant, which I'll have linked here in this video and in the description below if you want to learn more, and we'll do something on Siri that I'll link here when that's available. Now, another major difference between these two pairs of earbuds has to do with their design. The regular AirPods are an open ear design, meaning they rest just outside of your ear canal. The Pixel Buds, on the other hand, feature an in-ear design, so they rest closer to your eardrums, and they have tips that help seal your ear canal. Though, don't worry, they also include a spatial vent that eliminates any feeling of your ears being plugged. The Pixel Buds also include different tip sizes, as well as feature a stabilizing arc that helps hold the buds in place. And overall, I found them quite comfortable. Now, if you do decide to wear them for hours on end, you may feel a little soreness in your ear with the Pixel Buds. Where compared to the AirPods are earbuds, I could just leave this in my ear all day and my ear is not going to feel any discomfort at all. I mean, these are like earbuds that you know they're there, but they're very like minimal in terms of impact in how you feel them. But on the flip side though, because of that, they're easier to knock out of your ear, especially with that stem design that Apple implemented with the AirPods. Now, the different fit also plays a part in how these earbuds sound. Both sound clear and overall good, although I would say that I do prefer the sound of the Pixel Buds, and that's mainly because of that passive noise cancellation that they feature. That allows them to produce more bass, which in turn just gives them a bit of a fuller sound in my opinion. Now, another area where these earbuds differ from each other is with gesture controls. For the AirPods, you have a single double tap gesture that you can map to do different things on the right versus the left earbud in the settings for them on an Apple device. The Pixel Buds, on the other hand, have a more extensive set of touch gestures. Tap once to play and pause media, double tap to skip forward, and triple tap to skip backward. Tap and hold for the Google Assistant, swipe forward to turn the volume up, and swipe back for volume down. They've worked consistently for me, and in my experience, they are far superior to the experience you get with the AirPods. And lucky enough for those of you out there who want to use them with an iPhone, all of the touch gesture controls will work when using with an iPhone except for triggering an assistant. Another main difference between the two I should point out involves call quality with their microphones. The AirPods, in my experience, have a much better sound from their mics thanks to their stems, which stick out closer to your mouth. Here's an example. All right, so here's a quick test of how the Pixel Buds second generation released in 2020 sound when recording them through QuickTime on my iMac. All right, and here's how the AirPods, just the regular AirPods second generation, this is how they sound when you record them through QuickTime on an iMac. All right, let's cover a few more differences. The Pixel Buds are water and sweat resistant, where the AirPods are not. The charging ports on the cases are different. The Pixel Buds use USB-C, while the AirPods use Apple's proprietary Lightning connector. Also, while I found both to be generally reliable in my testing, I do have to say that the AirPods are pretty much flawless with their connection. I haven't had a single hiccup when using them either with an Android or my Apple devices compared to the Pixel Buds, which I have run into a couple blips here and there. Now, the last difference between them is color and price. The Pixel Buds come in a variety of fun colors like clearly white, oh so orange, quite mint, and almost black. The AirPods come in just standard white. The Google Pixel Buds retail for $179 US, whereas the Apple AirPods start at a slightly cheaper price at $159 US, but that version has a case that is not compatible with wireless charging. So you'll need to spend $199 US for the AirPods that have the wireless charging case. All right, so now let's talk recommendations. After spending a considerable amount of time with both pairs of earbuds, here are my thoughts. Overall, in terms of listening to music and media, I think the Google Pixel Buds actually give you a superior experience, especially when you factor in their touch gesture controls. Now, where the Apple AirPods really shine are with video and phone calls. They're just going to have a more stable connection, and their mics are just way better thanks to that stem tip design that Apple gave the AirPods. And in terms of comfort, the AirPods also went out there as well. Since there's nothing that's sticking that far into your ear, they're going to be more comfortable to wear over long periods of time. My recommendation would be to go for the Pixel Buds if you already have an Android device, and if you have an Apple device, either go with the AirPods or the AirPods Pro if you want a better sound and noise cancellation. Although the AirPods Pro are not nearly as comfortable as the AirPods or the Pixel Buds in my experience. Plus, you'll still get the benefit of being able to see the battery level and using Siri as the smart assistant. However, if you don't care about any of that stuff, then I'd say you could certainly go with the Pixel Buds, as long as you have an Android device lying around that you can use to initially set them up and install subsequent firmware updates. They've worked just as well on my iPhone as on my Pixel, and they're the buds that I typically pick up when going out for a walk or run because I much prefer their sound, passive noise cancellation, and gesture controls over the AirPods. Alright, well that's it for our comparison between the Pixel Buds and the AirPods. I hope you found this video helpful and informative, and if you did and liked it, make sure you hit that thumbs up button below and subscribe to the channel to see more comparison videos like this one, as well as other videos on Apple and Google products. Well, that'll do it for me. For 6 months later, I'm Josh Tedder. Thanks for watching.